Depression is very, very, very real, and it can be so detrimental to your body that you will start seeing changes within just a couple days of feeling this horrible blanket of shadow over you, this horrible feeling of not wanting to do anything that you loved, not wanting to spend time with your loved ones, and not wanting to go outside of your house. This not only has detrimental effects for your body, this also can affect your pets, which I learned this past week where I did a 7-day sleep challenge to see if that helped my depression. So today I'm going to show you exactly what happens to your body when you're depressed. Let's go. Hey everyone, and welcome back. I know it is a somber video, but I know a lot of people out there suffer from anxiety and depression. I think that's why a lot of people like my channel, is because I'm very open about it. I suffer from depression probably monthly, anxiety every single day, and the law of attraction and just self-help in general has saved my life multiple times. I was addicted to prescription meds for, I would say, a year. And I just got tired of taking it. Luckily, just, these affirmations that I was saying, and I was like, oh, I don't need these anymore. So I started looking for substances to help this depression. But I have a system now when I feel depressed or when I feel really anxious, and it's something I really didn't want to do. But as soon as I started implementing some of these things, it started helping. But before I go into that, my name is Valentine. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button, join the Valentine family, and to help other people who are feeling this way find this video, please hit the like button and comment down below, just anything, because it helps the YouTube algorithm so very much. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So, this past week, I was extremely depressed. I was just getting over a book contract because, if you don't know, I'm a fantasy sci-fi author. I was just so happy to be done with it. It was 500,000 words. And sometimes my depression is triggered, and sometimes it just happens. And I prefer it to be triggered so I know what the problem is. But for some reason, even though I got over this great thing and I had this great achievement of a 500,000 word series, I just fell. Mine went completely blank. The depression is not sadness. Sadness is, it can be fixed, and it's usually triggered, and give yourself a couple days to get over it. Depression is soul devouring. It makes you not want to do a single freaking thing. My biggest thing that I do when I get depressed is I lay on the couch sideways and I just look at my fireplace and I don't do anything else. And I don't cry. I don't do anything like that. I just have zero interest in anything that I've ever wanted. I'm a hobby guy. I love hobbies. I do way too many different things. I'm cardistry, juggling, reading, writing. I'm starting to learn to draw. I love doing things. I love new experiences. But when I get depressed, I don't do anything. And I was depressed for, I would say, a week and a half. And I'm gonna tell you how I fixed it, but I wanna tell you what happened to my body. I started getting acne. I wasn't expecting that. I started getting really bad acne, just all around my body. I gained a lot of body fat. I could tell. So I've been losing and gaining weight, since I was like 12 years old, because I was always into lifting and stuff. So I'm really good about seeing what my body, the changes in my body. So I saw pudginess. I was retaining water. So I was like a trapped animal. It's like my body just kind of went into caveman mode and just wanted to hold everything in because it was afraid I was gonna die. I had the first three panic attacks, which I'd never had in my life. And it was kind of, I woke up going, and it wasn't like I was afraid of my life, like getting taken away. It was just, I don't know. I couldn't breathe, and I felt like I was in a dream. And that happened 3 times, and I realized something's not right, especially when my chest started hurting. And that's a mixture of the depression and anxiety, and it really manifests itself into the body. So I would sweat a lot. I would bite my fingers. I would twitch a lot. When I would go to sleep, I either couldn't go to sleep or I'd fall asleep and just wake right back up with a panic attack. So all of these things were happening. While this was happening, so it might have been more than around 2 weeks, I would say, my dog started getting sick, and he had like this weird stroke. It wasn't a stroke, but just non-responsive, and I freaked out, and I realized what the word weeping meant. I've never cried like that in my life before. It was just sobbing, and I don't think I've ever sobbed before, but seeing my dog like that, I broke down. I couldn't even drive. So what I did to fix it was sleep. That's all I did. I slept and I meditated, okay? Before I forget, my mom just asked me about Spartacus, my white husky, and she's like, how is he? I was like, he's doing a lot better. She goes, wait, you are doing a lot better, and then all of a sudden he's doing better. So, I mean, I don't know what you believe, but I completely understand that my dog he can sense this in me. And not only that, but he had a hurt leg. Today was the best I'd ever seen it. And he's just like a new dog. He's back to his normal self, and so am I. And I'm not saying sleep is gonna help everybody, but it cannot hurt. So what I did, these are the steps, and I have a 7-day video coming out, showing my progress. So the things that I did was, I kept the pets out of the room. That was big. They were waking me up twice a night, but I felt so bad leaving them out of the room. I meditated for 10 minutes right before bed. When I got in bed, my phone was off limits. I put it to the side. I don't believe in putting it in the kitchen or whatever. I don't do that. Who does that? People do though, but I just kept it by the bed, and I didn't check it unless, and then I have this thing where if people call twice, it gets through in case there's an emergency. And also on my phone, I set it to night shift, so it takes away the blue light, and I try not to watch TV right before bed. And for 20 minutes, I read a book. So I'm reading, I think it's called Master and Apprentice, which is about Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's a Star Wars novel, which they're my favorite to read. So I'm reading that, and in 20 minutes, I put down the book, I lay down, and I just let my thoughts go, and I don't judge them, and then I just fall asleep. And I do use melatonin to help me. I didn't even beat the 7-day challenge. Within 2 to 3 days, I was back to my normal self. And I think I've never tried these techniques before. Sleep was on the back burner. I was like, it's all about diet. That's all it is. Diet and exercise. You don't need sleep. And all these guys are hustling out there, The biggest YouTubers that I watch who are entrepreneurs, they go to bed at 4 and they wake up at 5 and then they do a freaking ice bath. And I'm just like, guess that's what I gotta do. I don't need sleep. I could just work all day. Well, it was killing me. It was killing me. The way I was feeling, I just kept telling everyone that I don't think I'm gonna last long if this doesn't go away. And honestly, I believe it. That's how bad this stuff is. It really makes you feel like you're dying. So if you don't know if you've had depression and this sounds familiar to you, please, please, please try to get sleep. Don't try, get it. You have to make time for yourself. I don't care if you have to go to bed at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. If that's what you need to get your 8 to 9 hours, not 7, 8 to 9, if possible, at least try to go for 8. Definitely nothing below 7. Make it your biggest priority. I would even say if you can't exercise that day, get sleep. That's more important, way more important. A few other things that I tried that I think really helped were fruit. I ate a lot of strawberries, I ate a lot of blueberries, I had a lot of bananas. Something that grounded me. I know it sounds weird, it just grounded me, and they were good tasting, they're good for you, and I just let myself have as many as I wanted. I didn't stress out about the calories of it or anything like that. And then I picked up a book called How Food Helps, How Your Gut Bacteria Affects Your Brain. And so I take a probiotic every day. I drink kombucha, however people say it, kombucha, which has these probiotics as well. It's good bacteria that live in your stomach. I don't know. But all of these things put together helped. And I forced myself to exercise. And I'm not talking an hour at the gym. I don't even go to the gym anymore. I just do push-ups. Push-ups, pull-ups, squats, wall squats. And I go easy on myself. So if I'm tired that day, I'll do an easier form of the exercise. But when I was depressed, I was doing 5 to 10 minutes. Anything. And I rewarded myself with that, I was very you did good, Kai. You did really good. That 5 minutes is going to help. And one big thing, everybody, if you're suicidal, please, please, please talk to a family member or a friend. Be honest with them. You need to talk. Even if you're not suicidal, you need to talk to someone. That was huge for me. I'm very lucky that I have a huge support system. People know I've been dealing with this crap since I was 7. And I have a hard time letting people know about it because I don't want to affect them. I've always been that way. I don't want to affect them in a bad way. But you're doing them a disservice by not telling them how you're feeling. So speak to someone. If you can, find a therapist. You know, if you don't have a support system, find a therapist. There's so many options. Search the web, anything. Just don't stop trying. And that's what I did, and you'll get over it. You know, and again, guys, I'm no doctor. I'm not telling you to get off your medicine. This is just for entertainment purposes. I'm not a doctor. But this is the stuff that helped me. I'm gonna be depressed again. I'm gonna have horrible anxiety again. I know it, but every time it happens, I have more weapons to fight against it. I have more weapons to reduce the time that I am depressed. And for my personal self, one thing that I really did to help me was I stopped feeling FOMO, which I always have, but it's the fear of missing out. So I've always been this person that I just gotta do. And I see other people doing it and I'm like, oh, I gotta jump on that too. I just had to stop that. And it was making me anxious. That was the very, you know, and I'll always feel FOMO. It's just my personality. But now that I'm aware of it, I think awareness is very important. I can stop it. So find out what triggers your anxiety, and the biggest tip I'm gonna give you is, here's my tip. You need to accept my tip, all of it. Go easy on yourself. Do not be like me. My parents said they never had to punish me because I punished myself. Just go easy on yourself, and it's the cat calling the kettle black, because I'm really hard on myself. I really am. But it's when I started relaxing and I said, you know what? Play 15 minutes of Pokemon, whatever. Play some Pokemon Shield, no big deal. Watch some anime. Relax, dude. And that helps a lot. So go easy on yourself. And if you like videos like this, please hit that like button and subscribe. Join the Valentine family. I got all sorts of goodies that I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna show up at your house and be in your bed. Whether that's good or bad, I guess that depends on you. But that's just the commitment you're making by hitting that subscribe button. And remember to caress sensually that like button. And comment down below what helps you get over depression and anxiety. Maybe your tips, you know, give your tip to someone else. Let them have the full tip. You know, if you're struggling right now, just realize it's gonna get better and don't stop trying. Guys, I love you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See you next time.
Trusting my heart like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Spending all night at the studio. Got me fucked up, you assume me slow. Killing the game cause he knew to go. I don't want nothing to do with you. Thinking just winning is all about who